Today, I'm going to take a break from the minifigure series 25 habitat series to build some microscale. On my channel, of course, I have an extensive collection of microscale builds, including mini version of official Lego sets and microscale habitats as well. Today, I'm going to show you two new builds, one that is actually pretty simple and straightforward, and one that is a little bit more complex in the building techniques. Then later at the end of the video, you will tell me which one you think looks better. So here we have a version of a real building that is here in Singapore, is in a award-winning condo named Interlace, which consists of different kind of blocks of bricks stacked like Jenga on top of each other. It's a pretty cool building. And here I had my version. And it's actually pretty straightforward to build. Of course, couple of small base plates for the base. Over here, we just basically have structures with windows and different kind of pieces to create a little bit of additional details. Many different versions of this with some greeneries on top. And then you just need to connect them in these odd angles. At the bottom, I added some swimming pools and some tennis court. I didn't actually follow any realistic map, just a few pictures to have an idea. So this is not really faithful to the official one, but if you compare with the picture, you can see already what we're going for over here. So as you can see, very basic plates and tiles and jumpers technique to build all of these and stack them together. Over here, I wanted to have a diagonal road. I was waiting for some more of these triangular tiles, but they didn't come on time. So I had to be a little bit creative to create a different sort of road. And then, of course, I had a lot of fun adding some greenery in the surrounding area. You can see I have some interesting part like this one, which is actually a green air piece that works kind of well in this scale as a tree, or it can be even a bush in minifigure scale. And then you can see a lot of this. So these minifigure are very good dark green trees in these scales, and they actually come from this donor set that is the tiny plants. Very, very good set in terms of parts. Maybe I will do a mock builder review soon for this set. So as you can see, very simple, straightforward build, but it looks actually pretty nice. Now, I'm building this because I'm participating to a contest. I don't know if it's called Marchitecture or Marchitecture. Anyway, I need to build a real building based on a real building for the contest. And another category is a category in which I need to build some fictional building. So for this one, I'm going for the Avengers Towers. By the way, I will link the contest down below if you want to participate. So here I had a lot of trouble because there's a lot of glasses, a lot of different shapes in order to build this building. So this is the side facade of the building. So we have some wedge plates with a lot of trans clear tiles. And I have this kind of rod flexible piece over here to run and add details over there. To keep this corner, I'm basically stacking it in between this tile and this round wedge over there. So this is going to be one side of the building. We are going to have a base at the bottom. I'm more or less taking inspiration from the official set for the image of the building. And this is what I have on the other side. Here I can see for this landing area, I'm using this big printed tile that come from a 4+ set that I got in a contest long ago. But the tricky part is to build the back side. So what I did on one side is to build an offset from one plate so that I can connect this to this hinge plate. And this allows me to have a corner. And if I added a full plate over here, then there would be a huge gap over here. While in this way, I can push the tile all the way against and there's not much gap to be seen. Same thing I did on the other side. So here you can see already I have some connections underneath. This is actually going to connect here sideways, like so. And then you can see already we have the start of the building is pretty nice and consistent, and we can just go and connect it to the base over here. Now, as I told you before, this one, we just need to make sure that it's pushed in between the tile over there, and then it will achieve the shape. Now, here is where I had a lot of problems. So the only solution I find is to build a structure like this. I only have one connection at the top. I could have done one at the bottom to make the structure more solid, but for the purpose of the video, I think this is enough. And this is actually not very realistic compared to the official set. This probably should be a darker color, and I should have some gray insert over here. My idea was to run something like this to go through, but then I don't have anything in gray. I only have this black one that I think don't really match well, and then it would be also a very difficult connection. So I decided that for now we can leave it as it is. Now the next problem I have is to connect here the top part, because here I have no attachment on this tile. So I create a very similar structure to the one that I have at the bottom. So again, sideways, the angle, and then I make a bigger side at the back because I needed to have a connection point to connect there. So I added that gray shield, and then I'm just going to push this like so. So it's a little bit weird because the top part is a little bit different from the bottom, but that's the best solution I found. And also we have a problem here for the logo of the Avengers Tower. So the solution I was thinking about was to add something like this, but as you can see, the scale is not there. What was working better actually in terms of scale is the lightsaber bar, but this one in trans clear, that is the right color, are way too long. So I tried to work out something with the small ones like this, but also I think it looks kind of weird. So for now I decided just to add this one. Ideally there should be a printed shield, something like this Captain American one with the Avengers logo that I don't own, but I think that would be perfect at this scale to add on both sides of the building. We also forgot to add this part. Over here we have this slope as a support, and then I have two of these parts that are going to mix up together, and then we can push, we need to push it a little bit to make it fit, and then they're just going to sit there, laying on top of that against these wedges and against that slope. So you can see from here it's actually pretty good. We have a little bit of gap over there that we're just going to close up with this little structure here. We have a stud coming off over there, so we can go and connect it pretty easily and straightforward. Now, of course, we have these cables coming around, so the only way I found to connect these is to make them cross. Let's see if I can do on camera without messing around the whole building. Of course, in the official version, in the real building, they wouldn't cross in this way, but I think still looks okay. It's not too weird. The ideal thing would be to have some of these a little bit shorter, or to get them to go actually at the bottom inside the building and be hidden underneath, but I didn't find a solution to do that. Now we need to complete the top of the building. So I have this structure. Ideally, the best way would be to have 4 of these curved slopes over here, but I only have 4 instead of 6. So I added a slope there. And this is going to connect with this snot brick at the back side over there. And this lining up perfectly for the top of the building. Now, if you want to add a little bit of details, of course, I did a little bit of details here at the front. I didn't add any micro figure because they would be out of scale, but I thought I could add some vehicle. So here I have some trans clear parts to make it fly off on the top like so. So here I have the two buildings, and I have to say, guys, even though this has very extremely basic and simple techniques, and this one has much more complex techniques, I think that actually this one might look better. So this is to say that sometimes, guys, even with a very simple technique, if you have the right pieces, actually these are all, except maybe the F, these are all very common pieces, you can have a very nice display piece without having some crazy techniques. Now, if you want to see more Marvel microscale build, I recommend you to check out my Sanctum Sanctorum microscale version. And if you are missing my habitat, I have an extensive series of Lego microscale landscape habitats that you can look here on the right side. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.